Boob toe to the yo-tobe. It's gonna be a good show.
What the fuck is going on over there?
It's gonna be a good show.
Alrighty. This is how many of those beers have you had?
Oh wow. I got some background noise here. Wow. All right. Yeah, I've had a few. Huh? Yeah, man.
Certainly fucking looks like it.
No, I've only had one really, so.
Well, for you, that's like 5, so.
Oh! Man. So listen, Brad's busy doing, some family man things there.
Brad's doing dad stuff.
Yeah, doing some dad stuff. He might come on. I don't know. We'll see. And Dave, so as much as he is the alpha male, I guess you do have to pay your price. He's got to help the wife with some Halloween decorations. Good for you, Dave.
Listen, we fucking jinxed him is what happened.
You know what I mean? It's like long you can walk that razor's edge.
His wife caught wind of this shit and put the kibosh on that real hard. Rest in peace, Dave. It's been good knowing you. It's good knowing you. We hardly knew ye.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, Davy boy, the pipes are calling.
Can it be true? Do you think we really did that? Did we really think you, I, all of us, that we all just pretty
Jinxed
much?
Them?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry, Dave. We should never have mentioned it on a public forum like a podcast.
To be fair, it's a podcast that no one listens to.
Oh, no. We're getting some people here. Dang, Reed. You're part of this here,
Hey, self-deprecating humor is my favorite.
I know.
Especially when it's true.
Oh, man. Harsh. Just give me a moment here. I'm just writing a post here on Facebook. Hey, catch us live.
This is something you probably should have done before you went live on YouTube.
I really don't care.
It shows. It fucking shows.
Yeah. Well, it's the way it is. Yeah. We probably have 2 people now viewing this. I mean, who knows? But I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Yep.
So, of course, we had the Thursday night game there. Everybody was a big Rocky theme because it was all happening in Philadelphia, right? So,
sure.
Like I never heard so much of the Rocky music.
Yep.
And all this reminded me of was I'm sorry, I have to say it again. Rocky 5, like the worst out of the whole entire series.
Yeah, that was pretty gross. I just feel bad for Daniel Jones. Like he had some great plays. He broke off that 89-yard run or whatever the fuck
80 yards, and he tripped himself up. He tackled himself. Ugh.
Yeah, with a name like Daniel Jones, it's just like, just get it together. You know what I mean? Like you can't be tripping over your own little. It's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. It's sad. I don't know. And then, of course, everybody's like, ooh, Carson Wentz. He's like Rocky. He keeps coming back up and slugging it. I don't know.
Yuck. Carson Wentz is gross.
Here's the thing. Is it if Dallas loses, Philadelphia's back in first again, right?
I know. They've got a whopping 2 wins.
I know. It's like Dallas has to lose, and then all of a sudden they're in first. There's a good possibility this season that could be like a very, very much a huge losing season, and the NFC West East is going to end up like with a 6-10 record. Squeak on in there.
I thought you were talking 6-10 for the entire division.
No.
That's not quite possible, but if it was possible, they'd do it.
I have no idea what's that gonna like. I have no idea what it's gonna look like. It's what it is, I guess. Yeah.
I literally, this is an odd season, so I'm throwing it out most of the time. But the NFC East continues to just be a big pile of shit.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. And,
We're not
and it
even, we're not
used
even, we're not even talking about the Washington football team anymore. How
to,
ridiculous that is, because the division is so bad.
well,
How Dan Snyder's such a whiny, see you next Tuesday, and he's just like, well, we'll call it the Washington football team then.
I think it's because they put that in place, Matt, to make a team name for next season. Like I don't know, you had all this time, could have put it to a vote for your fans.
Yep.
I don't know.
I like the Sentinels. There was a good name.
I
They had the
like
Sentinels wrapped up.
personally. I like the pigskins
The
because
Pigskins.
because you'd be keeping the skins name and then you're kind of honoring the hogs there from the 80s.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't know. Maybe that's too offensive too. Pigs.
Yeah, no, you don't want to get on Peter's bad side there. Be ridiculous.
Pigs.
That's a horse, Sean. That's a horse.
No, that was my mustache talking. That's what I was trying to make, but didn't work out like that.
You all right today? What's going on? You seem a little off. Your usual chipper self.
I'm good. Just enjoying life,
Did one of your 8 football teams lose?
No, all my football teams lost this past Sunday. You know that, and only 2. Jeez, I know it's one too many for you Americans, but
One too many for everybody.
Yeah, you know what? To be fair, there's a few Canadians that called me out on that too. So
yeah, one per league. One per league. You can have your team and then a team that you're like, I hope they do okay. That's about it. Can't root for 2 teams unless your team gets knocked out of the playoffs.
Fair enough. You be following this World Series?
No.
It's been pretty close.
I'm doing my best not to. I love baseball so much, and again, this is a weird season.
The 60 games really is throwing you off, eh?
Yeah, it's got me in a funk, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I was feeling that way until the postseason came, and then I'm like, okay, postseason baseball. At least, like the only team that's kind of like the outlier that you're sitting there scratching your head is Tampa Bay. But I mean, the rest of them was like, okay, you all expected them to be there.
Yeah, everyone made sense except for Tampa Bay, and even them. Like now that you're seeing it, you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense now, and they're actually making it competitive against the Dodgers. And the funny thing is, I'm finding myself cheering for the Dodgers right now.
Don't you feel for them?
I do. Like, I didn't want them to win all this time because I thought, what a bunch of precocious bastards that just ended up buying a team. You know what I mean? Like they keep like the Yankees just keep buying them up.
Yeah.
Boston kind of does that, but not as terrible as the Dodgers or the Yankees. I find,
Yeah, we had one where we didn't do it, and then we started doing it like crazy, and it was like,
yeah.
Once Boy Genius ran out to Chicago, we just started buying talent, and it was like, I mean, like LA. I really, I love. They spent all those Mookie bucks.
They did.
You like to see that pan out, but yeah, no, I definitely feel for that organization.
I'm just, yeah, I find myself rooting for them. And I also want Tampa to do well as well because they only have one World Series ever, so it's like, why not? But it's hard to even imagine Tampa Bay being World Series champions, considering that a season ago they were talking about, hey, let's move half of our home games up to Montreal. So it's like, you're damned or you do, you're damned or you don't. You can't get people into your own organization, into your own stadium, but you're gonna be champions. I don't know.
The weather's too fucking good down there.
It is good, but
you're gonna go sit in the stands and like an asshole. Or you're gonna go to the beach or ride a motorcycle, whatever the fuck they do down there.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, you could say the same thing about L.A. You could say the same thing about all those, but
LA stinks. They got nothing better going on.
It stinks.
LA is awesome if you're rich. That's about it.
Yeah, it stinks in here.
They got all that fucking smog.
It stinks. It stinks in here. It stinks.
Plus they have 26 million people in LA County.
That's ridiculous. That's like the whole population of Canada. Yeah.
It is.
Well, give or take.
I think they get you beat.
Yeah. We are at 36 million across the whole entire wonderful country.
It sounds like some sales puffery, my friend. I'm googling it.
Yeah, you should. You should. Luckily, I know my
Canada
country. Yeah.
population. Let's see
Yeah.
here. Do you guys have the census up there?
We do have the census. Yes.
I'd love to see that rickety operation.
Listen, man, we're the ones that actually innovate banking for you guys. You guys.
You innovated the
It's true.
the-
Dude, I came down to the States in 2010 and was shocked that I'm using swiping my debit card and signing and then signing. You know what I mean? I'm like, this isn't right. We're using the chip system in Canada in 2010.
See, I fucking hate
you guys had to wait till
chips.
like 2014, man, 2015 for the chip system.
The chip stinks. All right. My word is my bond. All right. John Hancock. I'm just putting it down there.
Oh,
all right.
The chip system. It's nice and easy.
It's stupid.
Tap, tap, tap. Tappity, tap, tap. The tap, tap, tap.
I don't like those bionic debit cards. They freak me out.
Do you feel that? You know, because you don't have hands on money, which is probably the most disgusting and dirty thing on the planet.
That's right.
Think about it. It's probably just up somebody's nose.
Yeah.
They're doing their nose candy.
I put dollars way worse places, so.
You know, I don't even want to go down that road. I don't even want to go down that road.
I've been to the Dirty Sea in Squamalt.
Old Carlton Club. Oh, jeez.
Shout out to all the Victoria folks out there. Beautiful people. I love it. When I first got up there to AAA, they're like, "All right, there's one place you shouldn't go." That was the first place we fucking went.
That's the first place you go because, of course, it's like what? Oh,
it reminded me of every bar in Dorchester. It felt like home.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? They should actually know their audience. If you're talking to a guy from Massachusetts, maybe, you know, what? I shouldn't be there.
Yeah. That's your Massachusetts accent?
It's terrible.
I shouldn't be there. That was like Stallone.
Yeah. Everything is Stallone right now.
Jesus. Hey, haven't the Italians endured enough? You know, with Christopher Columbus Day getting denigrated the way it is, and now you're gonna go after Sly. You were making fun of Philadelphia for Rocky. They're make believe sports hero.
That's exactly it. And he's actually in the box. I mean, I don't know what's worse. The whole city with a statue or the fact that they actually inducted him into the Hall of Fame.
Listen, it is like when Bernard Hopkins became a fucking thing, they should have tore that statue down and erected a B-Hop statue right there in this place. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Stupid.
I don't know, man. He changed the world. Rocky Balboa changed the world as we know it.
Big slurring it. He paved the way for Vin Diesel. It was awful. Hey, you got a bunch of guys who can't speak.
I'm sorry, but Sylvester Stallone still has a little bit more talent than Vin Diesel, I think. I'm sorry. At least he wrote things, Sylvester Stallone. What did Vin Diesel write?
He wrote a song. Did you hear his song?
No, I did not.
Oh, Vin Diesel has a song.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you should definitely look it up after this.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the thing, I think Vin Diesel's like 50 something now, right? He's
probably
in his 50s.
Yeah, I remember seeing Pitch Black when I was like a little kid.
Yeah. So he's in his 50s, and I remember watching him in that latest Triple X and thought, boy, Triple X has a pot belly now, right? I mean, you know, I can't talk too much, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? A 50-year-old, maybe you should move on. Your character should be expanding, unless you're Sly, you know what I mean? But
yeah, there's no excuse for that shit. Like if you were a movie star and you had nothing better to do except get in shape for a fucking movie that you're gonna get paid a couple of mil for, maybe get a six-pack. Come on,
it's like Chris Jericho lately. I've been watching AEW wrestling, and it's like, man, I love Chris Jericho. I think he's a great wrestler, but man, at least pick up a weight here and there. You know what I mean? Maybe run a lap. He looks like he's been enjoying the sauce a little bit too much.
So what are you saying? He's flabby, or
have you seen him lately?
No musculature. What's going on?
He's got abs. He's got abs over his flabby belly. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know.
That's what I tell him to call him. Like, there's abs under here.
And like, I mean, he's still wrestling great matches, but it's just like, damn, like, pick up a weight, man. Do do something.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're a pro wrestler, man. It's like, come on.
Oh boy. It's not a good look with the long hair too. He should
No,
probably get a
it's
haircut or something. Oh,
it
sweet
looks
Jesus.
like he's one of those guys that just never knew when to say when at the buffet bar, It's like,
oh my God. Does he live in a Golden Corral? How did he get to that point?
I feel so bad.
Are
He's
they
a fellow Canadian.
Are they making him into like foie gras? Are they like force feeding him, like to fatten up his liver? So what the hell's going on there?
I don't know, man. It's bad.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I'm sorry I Googled that. That was very upsetting.
Listen, I have all the respect in the world for Chris Jericho. I mean, he was the first Universal Champion, really, when you think about it. Got pushed over to go over top of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin all in a matter of a couple of weeks. Really helped the WWE anytime that they had to come back and do something to do a promo, we come back and do it. But it's like, damn, what just happened here, Chris? You've been on the sauce a little.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to see.
Mm.
What are you gonna do?
It's gonna happen to me. What am I saying? It's already happening. What am I saying?
Yeah, you've already had two of those sparkling apple ciders there.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, this is Alexander Keith again here, my friend. Great Nova Scotian beverage.
Gross.
Sociable, everyone. Sociable. Yeah.
Gross.
Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. So we understand now that you're not watching the Major League Baseball playoffs. Maybe, yeah. Battle of Ohio is about to start.
Yep, I'll watch that.
Yeah, I think I don't know. There's a lot of games on Sunday. I didn't really want to go down this road, but what I did want to touch on, because I was talking about the Leafs and their signings. In some ways, they look all right. They look like they're getting a little bit better. In some ways, it's like, what are you doing? You got a little older.
Yeah, I don't know about better. They definitely got older.
Yeah, Tyson Berry coming over. I mean, okay.
I love
it's a good
Tyson
signing.
Berry.
He's a good signing. But that whole entire center and everything, they look older. Who I like right now, Max Domi got traded to Columbus for Josh Anderson.
Yep.
So actually, it's not a bad deal for either of them, but both young, both good goal scorers, both a little bit tougher. I think the reason why, from what I'm understanding, is that Claude Julien and Max Domi couldn't get along. Like there was a lot of stuff happening there.
Yeah, Claude Julien has a problem with young talent.
Yeah, and Max Domi wants to be a center. Claude doesn't want him to play center because he's working on Kokanyemi and he's working on Nick Suzuki.
Yep, Nick Suzuki. Yep.
Yeah, so that's their tandem. But man, oh man, so you got Anderson coming in and Toffoli coming in, like Montreal. Plus, on top of that, they also got St. Louis's old goaltender there as well.
Jake Allen. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very reliable as the second net there.
He's a great backup, absolute great backup. But I know you as a Boston fan, what do you think now that Montreal's going to look like? They're going to look a lot better in my book. Like I'm not looking forward to playing them as a Leafs. You know what I mean? I'm not looking forward to this.
Well, as a Boston fan, we always look forward to any opportunity to smash the Habs. Let me just get that out of the way.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, you want to beat them.
We don't fold like origami like the Leafs over there. But I love one of their guys is actually one of my favorite players, Brendan Gallagher. Kid's such a little jerk.
He is a jerk. He is.
I love his hijinks. He's just got one of those faces where you want to punch him, but that's what he wants you to do. So, but I always
so you will give him that satisfaction.
Well, yeah, we'll give him the satisfaction. But love Carey Price, big Carey Price fan, and it's good to see that they're giving them their fans a run there.
Yeah,
grabbing some. Josh Anderson is a great piece to add to the roster. So,
but you know what?
I wish.
It would have been cool. You can keep Max Domi and get Josh Anderson. I guess you have to give to get though, right? So
yeah, you're not getting that kind of talent without giving up something.
And of course I don't think Drouin is somebody who's just going to be like that. He's like that albatross around their neck. You know what I mean? He's just still sticking around like a bad cheese.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything nice to say or clever to say that's shitty. So I'll keep my lips tight on that one.
Man. Oh my gosh. So I'm seeing here, like, what we got: Travis Dermott and the Leafs, new signing.
Sexy.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to see a whole season of these Leafs here playing, because
Listen, Sean, you're already in a bit of a rut here tonight. Don't go looking at the Leafs roster. That'll put you over the edge. You don't need to do that to yourself.
So
on.
okay, funny story. So back in 2007, when I was in Massachusetts or in Boston, I was wearing my jersey, and I remember people on the ship were telling me, like, yeah, don't wear that Leafs jersey, man. Don't wear it, man. People are gonna get really upset with you, because Boston, Toronto, same division, all that stuff. If anything, I got more sympathy than anything, because during that time period, the Leafs haven't made the playoffs in so long. It's like, come here, partner. Come here.
Yeah, you like, it had been like 30 years since you guys fucked us in the postseason. So it's like no one was alive for that. It's like, come on, like, what are we gonna do? Like, guys, I would have handed you a couple of bucks. I'd be like, all right, it's gonna be all right. Get yourself a beer. Go to Sully's Tap.
Oh my gosh, that beer almost came out of my nose. Okay, so UFC 254, weird start time tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. in Atlantic. I'm looking forward to this. It's actually worthy to I think, pay some money for this one here. Not too bad. I mean, I'm not going to watch a prelims. It's going to be too early. It's just not going to happen. But what do you think of this?
The main event alone, they'd get my money for. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane.
Oh, yeah.
You got the human highlight reel versus the Golden Eagle. Probably the most dominant ever at that division. So,
yeah.
I
like both of them. I like both of them too. That's the thing.
Yeah, I love both of them.
Yeah. And it's a shame that one of these guys got to lose. So
here's the thing. I was just watching the Conor fight, the Conor Habib fight.
Yeah.
And
hey, look at you! You said it. You said it correctly. I'm hearing
right.
Americans all day go Khabib. It is Habib.
Habib,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to throw a little Habib, put a little English on it, And and Conor touched him a couple of times as Conor does, right? But the human highlight reel, he touches people way more often than Conor does. You know what I mean? Like, generally when Conor hits somebody, they go to sleep, but he's picking his shots. I wonder what Habib is going to do with that kind of pace that Justin can throw on. And
that's true. Yeah.
He's got a great wrestling background. Yeah. It's definitely not to the level of Conor. To Habib, but Conor's got no wrestling background.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, what are you talking about?
he stood up a couple of times in that. He stood up a couple of times in that fight when I didn't think he would. But we all know how that went.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see. At the very least, my safest bet will be Habib is not going to be as dominant as we've seen him in the past. And I know I'm not saying that much there for anybody that knows who the fuck Justin Gaethje is, but that's a weird thing. That's a pretty big accolade.
But it's funny, right? Because like originally, back a few months ago, I was like, okay, yeah, Habib's got this. He's got this in the bag. Like I would say back in August when I knew this fight was happening, Habib's got this in the bag. Then I started thinking. Then I'm like, man, Gaethje took El Kukui and made him look like mince meat. Like, I don't think he ever got rocked and bloodied by anybody else.
Nope.
So
El Kukui got taken to the shed, and it was brutal.
Yeah. Like I remember his face was. Yeah. So it was it was scary to watch, right? Because I mean, he just, and that's what I sat there like, okay, so all the way up to then, Gaethje's been fighting people that it's like, okay, yeah, you should beat him. Yeah, okay, you should beat him. But then El Kukui, I thought, well, El Kukui's going to beat Gaethje. Well, I was wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. Like, obviously, Tony Ferguson's had some injuries,
mm-hmm,
right? He was wearing his sunglasses indoors, and he tripped over a cable.
mm-hmm,
Um, Fucked this shit up.
mm-hmm.
But I don't think that I don't think Tony's as crazy as everybody thinks he is. I think he's
Right,
obviously very smart. You're not successful if you're that crazy, and I don't think he would have fought if he wasn't ready to fight.
right,
I have too
right,
much respect for Tony Ferguson to say such a thing.
right.
But yeah, I don't want to put an asterisk on that fight or anything like that. I'm just not sure that was 100% Tony Ferguson. But I will say this: even if you're fighting 75% Tony Ferguson, I'm not sure he's beatable. And Justin
Right.
Gaethje beat the fuck out of him. So
Yeah.
whatever that's worth, and plus, you got two guys here in Khabib and Justin. They're in their primes. They're just absolutely 100% in their primes. Like
Oh yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
No
Yeah.
major injuries to either of the guys. There's no excuses. There's no, he wasn't ready. Like these are both freaks who are constantly in the dojo,
Yeah.
getting the reps in. So this is what you come to see. We've
It's
seen a lot of
exactly
fights.
it.
Look at Izzy's last two fights. Like there was two guys that were off long layoffs, right?
Yeah.
And people had some, there was a little bit like, but that guy, but Costa, hadn't fought in
Yeah.
a year or whatever. There's none of that for this fight. And
I haven't felt any sort of way like I have for this main event. You know what I mean? In a while. I think since Connor and Habib last fought, actually.
yeah,
That's the last time I actually felt like, oh, I gotta watch a fight. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But not even that. The co-main, Jared Cannonier and Robert Whitaker.
yeah,
That's a sick fight.
yeah. Like
They
Jack
both got
Cannonier
that. Yeah.
he's been one of my favorites to watch over the past 12 months or so, and that like they get that mapped out so close. And you know what? Good on Whitaker to sit there and champion mindset. He could have taken a lesser opponent or something like that. Fought way down in the rankings there a bit, and he didn't. And he's going out there, and Cannonier's got the opportunity to really prove himself and see if he's legit.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, Cannonier's got that kind of power too. If he touches you, you will go to sleep. You know what I mean?
oh
And
yeah,
but Whitaker, same thing.
yep.
And Whitaker, he didn't decide to take, like you said, like he's putting himself in the deep end already in there to go in there. And it's like, why not? Why not take on the toughest, stiffest competition you can before you get into Israel Adesanya?
Yeah.
So good on you. And like you said, it gives Cannonier a chance to test himself out in the deep waters as well. If you want a title shot, you got to go through this guy. Makes perfect sense.
Remove Adesanya from the conversation, right? Whitaker was a great champion. He's one of the most dangerous guys in the division. That's a monumental task right there. This should be a title fight, but in any other organization, it's the greatest title fight ever, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and this isn't even the fucking main event.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're absolutely correct. This is just a co.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at the fight after that. Before all of them, right, is Alexander Volkov and Walt Harris.
Yep.
And again, I mean, I actually like Volkov. I think Volkov is dangerous. He's already proved that he's dangerous.
Right.
Walt Harris, I've seen him fight a few times, but both these guys look like they kind of need that win right now. You know what I mean? Like a little push. But Volkov is dangerous. Like he's got good ground game.
Yep.
And he can hit you. You know what I mean? And he's got cardio too.
He's got a great gas tank, and I think those are the things that are going to allow him to edge out Walt Harris.
Yeah.
I just don't think Walt Harris has what it takes to really play up there in the upper crust of that division. I'm just not sure he's there yet. I think after this fight, I might be eating my words, but I just don't think he's there yet. So good fight for him. He gets to see what happens here and then kind of reassess, reevaluate. I don't know. I think Volkov takes this one pretty handily.
I hope so. I remember Volkov fighting the Black Beast Derek Lewis, right? And Lewis looked like he was losing on the scorecard, and then out of nowhere just gets that knockout punch, right?
Yeah. Well, he's one of those freaks.
Yeah, but it also made Lewis like Volkov made Lewis.
His balls are hot.
Yeah, his balls are hot. Yeah, but it also made Lewis go back and train a little bit harder to get his cardio up. That's what Volkov did. He pushed him, right? So it's like Volkov is no pushover. He looks like like I want to see either of those guys win, but a little bit more Volkov, I think, just because of the last little bit there, because he is a good fighter. And the rest of these here, Magomed Ankalaev, I really don't know much about him.
Yeah.
Should be
interesting. Heavy favorite in that one.
Yeah. And I didn't really have a look at the prelims because, quite honestly, I'm probably not going to be catching the prelims because they're on real early.
Yeah, and again, it's a pay-per-view card, so they got to have the early prelims, and then the main card. Mm-hmm. So if you hear that shit, it's going to be a long morning into the afternoon. But I'm excited to see Stefan Struve and
that's the main event. That's right. That's the main event of the. That's right. I do want to see that. I do know that
it's the last fight of the prelim, so you'll be able to get that one in there. And the fight before that should not be missed either. It's Alex Cowboy Oliveira versus Shavkat Rakhmonov.
That's true. Yeah, it is a good fight, actually.
And Smiling Sam Alvey. Can't pass up on Smiling Sam Alvey and Dong Jung. I know Smiling Sam's probably not going to win that one, but he's always fun to watch, especially his weigh-ins. I didn't catch him tonight, or today rather, because they're over on Yas Island, Yas Queen Island. So,
man, this is the last fight, though. I think over there that they come back to Vegas, eh?
Apex, yeah.
Yeah.
And what a way to go out too.
Absolutely, it's like the crown jewel of the end of these great fights that have really happened over there. So,
man, you know what? Fucking Uncle Dana deserves a fucking monument or an award or something like that for really getting us through this
pandemic, right? It's holy like, shit. Dude. Because what were you going to be doing otherwise? If it wasn't for the fights and all those free fights and everything, there was nothing going on. Everything shut down. It would just been honeydew list after honeydew list after honeydew list. And
you know what I would have done if there wasn't all these UFC cards? Cocaine. Cocaine.
That's a little extreme.
It is what it is.
Oh my gosh.
So Dana, my family thanks you.
My little daughter thanks you. Thank you. Thank you.
You don't want to see Coke, Reed.
Man. So good. All right, Reed, give me your rankings of the Rocky films, including Creed.
Creed 1 and Creed 2?
Yeah,
boy. Rocky 1.
Yeah.
Rocky 2.
Okay.
Rocky 3. Creed.
Ooh.
Rocky 4.
Okay.
Creed 2.
Yeah.
Rocky 5, and then Balboa.
Really? You put Rocky 5 ahead of Balboa? Wow. Yep. Wow.
The soundtrack got me.
Okay. So I have Rocky 2 is my favorite.
Okay.
Number 1. Then Rocky, because and it's not even by much. It's like, just because Rocky wins at the end, that's why Rocky 2.
Yeah, it's a coin toss and it's the first one. So
yeah.
I put it first.
Yeah. So then for me, it is Rocky 4, then Rocky 3. I have Creed 2, Balboa, Rocky 5's at the very bottom. The very bottom. It was just like, oh, geez, Sylvester, what did you do?
Yeah.
I need to make some money.
Hey, you heard the story about that fucking dog he sold before the first one, so he had to buy that dog back. I don't know when he bought it back. He had to buy the dog back there. They'd loved. It was a mastiff or something, Is
that a true story?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my!
I've heard it more than once from multiple sources. So
yeah. Huh.
I get my
Nobody
news
never
from
gets that.
I get my news from Facebook people. So don't quote me on that. I thought Ed O'Neill was gay until I was 21.
You thought who?
Ed O'Neill,
Married
Modern
with children?
Family, Married with
Yeah.
Children. Yeah.
Really?
He was gay.
Why did you
I was,
think? Why did you
my,
think that?
my dad said it when I was a kid, and it just stuck.
Yeah, but you know what? We do believe things that our dad says. I mean,
Yeah.
I believe my dad every time he said pull my finger that something else was going to happen, but it just never happened. It's always the same outcome. I don't know why I thought that. But
This is starting to make a lot of sense. It's
yeah.
it's finally starting to add up
Pull
with
my
your
finger.
with your juvenile sense of humor there.
Hey man, we were both in the Navy, you in the US, I'm still in. But yeah, that's all it is. That's what keeps the military running is juvenile sense of humor. So
Yeah, it makes watch go by quicker and being away from home sucking less.
yeah.
Some fart jokes.
Oh, I'll never forget when you told me what a bell ringer was, and then when it happened, I was just like, "What in the world?"
I'll keep you going. That'll keep you going.
Mm.
All right, what else you got? So the Bills are playing the Jets this weekend.
Yeah,
Who cares?
yeah. What do you mean? Who cares? I care. That is a huge game for the Bills.
It's two awful teams duking it up. So.
Whatever. It's not two awful teams. How can you say that? The Bills are 4-2. They'll be 5-2 after this. Same thing with the Browns. Browns are going to be 5-2. They're going to beat the Bengals. The game I'm interested in, believe it or not, is Cowboys Washington because I want to see if the Cowboys can at least get their third victory. So you know what? I do want to say this. All right. The way that Miami treated Ryan Fitzpatrick is gross.
Did him dirty.
Gross.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you could be a Dolphins fan. Like, listen, Fitzpatrick is not Tom Brady. He's not, you know what I mean? He's not like, the be all and end all of quarterbacks. But he was winning for you.
Yep.
And you didn't even give him a heads up that, hey, we're going to go to Tua. You didn't even give him a heads up.
They're not doing the kid any favor either. You know what I mean? Like that kid, you want more time and stuff like that. But I think Miami's thinking like I am with this whole season that it's kind of a throwaway season.
Why would you be? You're in a playoff hunt right now. You're ahead of New England. You want
to win a Super Bowl this year? Like a Super Bowl this year is
come on.
It's going to be a paper bag.
What the heck is that, man? What kind of sports mentality is that?
I didn't create the season. I didn't figure this out. I would have had those overpaid assholes out there playing, no restrictions. Like, oh, you don't want to play, you're fired. That's it. I'm not in charge here. I'm just calling it like I see it here. And honestly, this is one of the, it's 2013, 2014 season in the NHL. You know what I mean? Like shortened season.
You mean 12-13?
12-13, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the it's one of those ones where you're like, yeah, cute. I think it should be an asterisk.
Buddy, no. Because you come back to do it, whatever. Okay, so you know what? Whatever. It didn't happen. The thing is that, okay, that's out of the 3 times in the NHL, right? They came back twice to do their little shortened season. And one, they didn't even do one. They didn't even do a whole season.
I know.
And then what took its place that hockey had to fight against? Texas Hold'em poker.
Yeah.
Texas Hold'em poker was getting more viewing than hockey.
That's
because
right.
You decided to be a bunch of pricks and not play. And listen, I don't know if this is owner-driven or player-driven or whatever, but the thing is that in the end of the day, the fan loses, okay? The end of the day, the fan loses. So right now, you have a league that said, hey, we're going to go out there and play. You still treat your talent like it's talent, for crying out loud. You want to make that move, you make that move. You're fine, whatever. But like you said, you're not really doing any favors for the young guy.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Because you got a team right now that's on a winning course. Why not? Fitzpatrick hasn't done anything wrong to lose the job.
Yep.
This is just like, you know what? Hey, we got a nice new silvery car out here. We really don't know what it could do. Let's get it out there.
Yeah, might be Pontiac's on fire, or it could be a Corvette or something. I don't know. Could
Yeah.
be something shitty, or it could be something really awesome.
I hear what you're saying because you're not the first person to say it, but I don't know. I just find it like, man, have some pride. You're about to play a season here. It's
Yeah,
not like, I don't know.
listen, you're preaching to the choir here. First of all, I'm a huge Ryan Fitzpatrick fan. The guy's electric. He puts butts in seats. He's got an energy that you just can't make. You can't manufacture. He's got his list of exploits. You know what I mean? Like he's done some silly shit that he shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
He's a good Harvard boy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got that tutelage there.
What's not to like?
I honestly don't think you're doing the kid any favors here. That's the main problem I have with it. But to play devil's advocate, this is a shitty throwaway season.
I hate it when you say that.
Look
it's
at
not the first time you said that. They're in all these leagues.
Look at all the fucking injuries
that
has occurred over the first 6 weeks. Look at all the players that opted out of the season.
But you know what? I hear you. I hear you.
No fans in the stand.
If you're in Kansas City, you could have fans. What in the world?
Yeah, but it's not. They pack in like fucking 50,000 people. They've got like 25 guys sitting out there.
I know.
They're piping in sound.
Listen, would you rather be? What would you rather be doing on Sunday? You want to be out there raking all the leaves right now on a Sunday, or you want to be watching football?
Yeah, I told you if I had my way, I would say, hey, listen, you play or it's your fucking job. That simple.
Well, I mean, the thing is that they are getting paid a lot of money to go out there and have fun and play a game, and maybe it's not all that fun. I don't know.
Yeah, but now they're getting paid to not play the game, so there was no incentive to these guys to play.
But I think that. Like leagues and everything like that will mimic society, right? So I mean, here, like in the U.S., I'm looking at these stimulus packages in order to get people back up on their feet. Here in Canada, we have the same sort of thing where it's like money to people to get them back on their feet. So if you wanted to opt out, I think it's the best time to do it there if you're really nervous about it.
Whoa. Hold on a second, though. There was one stimulus package for, I think, to the tune of $1,200, something like that. And then there was some tax credit or whatever the fuck. Delayed income tax.
I got to be honest. I don't know everything that's going on there.
That's the problem. That's the problem, though, Sean. You're saying it mimics society. I'm sticking up for society. There's so many people out there that have to, risk life and limb and go out there and fucking work. Yeah. And they don't have the benefit of getting paid to not make that decision.
Good point.
So fuck them. It's a garbage season. Stick David Tua out there, whatever the jerk's name is.
Tua Tongaliva.
Tua Tongaliva.
Yeah.
Tua Tonka truck and throw
David
him out there.
Tua.
Whatever they got, throw him out there and see what happens. It's honestly, it's like this is one big preseason. See what the kid can do.
So here's the thing is that Brad, remember that a couple of weeks ago, Brad actually called it. He said week 7, but it's actually going to be week 8 because they're going off their bye. Yeah. But Brad was right. Holy jeez. Like, I don't even know. And I thought to myself after I saw them win, it's like, nah, it can happen. And then I'm hearing this press conference. I was like, yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be benched and Tua's coming in. I'm like, what in the world?
I honestly figured when they drafted Tua, it'd be a very short leash for Ryan Fitzpatrick, but I don't think he hit the end of that leash.
And not even close to it. You're ahead of the Patriots. You're doing something that nobody even thought that Miami was going to be able to do this season. Yeah. Let's yank them.
Yeah, it's gross, but again, playing devil's advocate, I get it. It's a weird season, and you get to throw them out there. There's nobody heckling you in the stands,
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, man. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. And I don't know, man. Like, why does Adam Gase still have a job in New York? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
I couldn't explain much of it, but that's the Jets. They've perplexed me for a long time. When they first fired Rex Ryan, I was like, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean? Like,
thanks for getting us to 2 conference championship games. Yeah. You're out of here.
Seriously, yeah. Sure, the guy was a sick weirdo who's into feet, but they were his wife's feet. And that's the kind of wholesome shit you want.
Whatever, though. It's his wife's. It's his old wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know,
it's like whatever. What did he do? He didn't do anything to hurt anybody.
sure,
Jeez.
sure, he's stealing his neighbor's Merrill's catalogs and Rockport catalogs or whatever footwear catalogs. You know, but the man showed results.
Oh.
Todd Bowles, I didn't feel bad for. I was like, yeah, you brought that on yourself, buddy. Maybe Todd Bowles would have stuck around longer if he had some kind of weird fetish. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know, man.
If he was into ears or something, I think he would have stuck around a little longer.
Well, I think the writing was on the wall with him. Mark Sanchez. I mean, Mark Sanchez was great until he wasn't. And that butt fumble was like the exclamation point on his head.
Yeah, that was a butt fumble off of Vince Wilfork's butt. That was not a butt you want to be fumbling off of.
No. Oops. Yeah. Was that Wilfork? I didn't know that was Wilfork.
Vince Wilfork pushed Homeboy into him.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, because I'm there
Wilfork's butt was on the other side.
On the other side, okay. Because I'm there going, what are you talking about? That was Wilfork was a Patriot at that moment. It's like
it was our good old nose tackle.
Man, what do you think of when you see Vrabel coach in Tennessee and Tennessee doing so well right now?
I love to see it, man. Like I love Vrabel. He was a great middle linebacker for the Patriots for years. And then like he's one of those guys. He doesn't have any like meltdowns. He's not one of those coaches. I hate these coaches that have these things. Like these little quirks, like fucking Sean McVay with his, I don't know how to stay off the field. I'm young and handsome, or Pete Carroll with his bubble gum. I don't have patience for those assholes.
Well, what's
Sean
Payton with his gum there, juicy fruit.
I don't mind Sean Payton. He put out all those hits on those guys. I like that. He's all mobbed up, pretty gangster. Fits right in down there in New Orleans. Yeah, Mike Vrabel's just like you don't hear anything about him. He's just out there winning, fucking undefeated with Ryan Tannehill as your quarterback.
Dude, it's like resurrection time, man. Like Tannehill. Where's Mariota? I have no idea where Marcus Mariota ended up now. You know what I mean?
He's in fucking Hawaii, just doing some Hawaiian shit. I don't know. Carrying rocks underwater, whatever they do.
Well, like BJ Penn there?
Yeah. Like BJ Penn. Eating poi, fighting off sharks, Aquaman. I don't know.
All the thing is, like, you were a top ranked draft pick, and now you're just doing nothing. Whatever. That's gotta be a letdown, man. Oh, that can't be a good feeling. With
Ryan Tannehill having your job, like I know Dak's sitting there looking at the Andy Dalton situation, like fuck. I got replaced by a ginger. It's hard out there for a happy.
I think Dak's job is safe, man. After that sample sizing of the 5 weeks, I think he's going to be all right, man.
Yeah, this season again, I'm not buying any of this shit right now.
What do you got? A motion detector going on here? What in the world?
That's right, buddy. It's 2020. I'm using 30-year-old technology back here.
It's a motion detector going on back there, man. I'll tell you what, though. Over here in we got the leaves coming down hard over here in Nova Scotia.
Oh, dude, it's fucking look at this shit.
Ridiculous, man. I'm there. I spent all day yesterday, like getting home, just blowing the leaves off the driveway.
Yeah.
Come back home today, it was like I didn't do anything.
We're gonna have a long weekend ahead of you.
I'm just like, this is not cool. I got gutters to work on. Gutters.
Yeah.
Like
I got a quarter acre lot here that's just it looks orange and red. It looks like the floor is lava. You know what I mean?
I got a whole acre.
Sorry, I said acre. What do you guys say? Hectares up there?
No, we say acre. Shut up.
Right,
so I got a whole acre here, and I gotta rake this sucker coming up this Sunday. Actually, I think I'm just gonna do it lazy style and just get the lawnmower out there and mulch them up, and then just dump them somewhere. It's like, and off you go.
Yeah, I got the ride-on mower here, the tractor, and
what do you have a ride-on mower? You have like a quarter acre. You just said
it's a pretty good sized lot, my friend.
What in the world? I still got to push for my acre. What are you talking about?
That's not my problem. I get you can't drink a beer and push a lawnmower at the same time. So
yeah, you can.
I've tried it. I don't have the technology because I got a cigar in one hand, I got a beer in the other.
Oh, well, okay, all right. Well, if you're
This is what happens when I try to mow with the push mower. I got a beer and a cigar going. I end up just
Man,
sitting,
when are you gonna
not
send me
doing
one of
anything.
those Rocky Patels there, man, or something like that?
It's Rocky Patel's are garbage. I'll get you some good stuff.
What do you got there, anyways?
This is a Roma Craft and Temperance barrel aged. Good
Man,
Navy veteran Skip Martin, Mike
there we
Rosales down
go.
there.
All
They're
right,
out of Austin, Texas. Good stuff.
man. Because you guys can't get the Cuban. Yeah, I think you get cigars with Cuban seed. That's it, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't really care for the Cubans. They're fine.
you're
I think
just saying
they're.
that because you can't get them. You got them for a little bit. You got them for a little bit, and then all of a sudden,
I can get Cubans whatever I want.
we're not talking about the people now, Reed.
No, we have our ways of getting Cubans down here in the States. We always have. You know what I mean? Like, it's
We're not talking about migrant workers here.
through nefarious means. I would get Cubans. Like a fucking hire a mule. Someone who looks like yourself.
Oh,
shove them up there and come down on an airplane.
Are you talking about like Kramer?
Yeah.
You go to the Cuban consulate, making like some sort of side deals.
Go to the Cuban consulate. I'd trade him. I'd trade him some of our Boston fancies like baked beans and Jimmy's for the ice cream, or what else we got going on up here? Boston cream pies. I'd walk in, they'd say, "Show me your wares, weary traveler," and I'd be like, "Here's what I got." And they liked what they saw.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Cubans were. I enjoy them when I have. My favorite is the. It's actually a pretty affordable Cuban. Is the Partagas short, the parties.
Oh, the Partagas. Yeah.
Like the shorts. Those are great.
Yeah.
I like this. I like the series D's. Those are good. But yeah, the Cohiba Bejiques, which are they're like $60 a pop sometimes.
Yeah, they're expensive, man.
Yeah, it's just
I
don't get out of it what I need. Maybe it's just me. I'm a blue collar guy, but the most expensive cigar I smoke is the Plasencia Alma Fuerte, which is about $18 American a pop, and
so $50 Canadian then, right?
Yeah, with your funny money up there, your loonies and your toonies, and what else you got going on there?
Oh man,
your Timmy Hortons bucks.
Do you remember when
works?
the Timmy Hortons bucks? Do you remember when the bills in Canada turned to plastic, and you guys wanted to see like a plastic bill, and we brought it up, and you were like touching it and everything, and the 50s smelled like maple syrup. Yeah, the 50s smelled like maple syrup. That was.
If you're yanking my leg here or not, but that's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life. Please tell me that's a fucking joke.
No, man.
The 50s smelled like maple syrup?
That was a security code on it. Oh, that's a real 50. There we go. Smells like maple syrup.
Yeah. I literally can't tell you're kidding or not, because Canada's like Narnia to me, so it makes sense.
What's the strangest thing you ever saw up in Canada? I gotta find out.
Ah man, this otter was humping this albatross.
Oh, for crying out loud! I'm talking about a real thing here, man. What are you?
That really happened. I didn't know what to think of that. The otter got it by the haunches.
Oh my goodness!
On it.
Oh, this is the worst. That's the worst. That's a cop out right there. What the heck?
There's those cops that look like Gloria Allred. Those guys are hilarious.
The RCMP?
Yeah, the Mounties.
The Mounties, yeah. They always get their men. They always get their man.
Yeah, they dress like that. I'm not surprised.
You never watched Dudley Do Right?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
I even saw who was in the remake? Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Is he Canadian?
He is.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I felt like that would have been pretty gross if he wasn't Canadian.
Yeah, no, it would have been. Yeah, he's Canadian. Yeah. Who else is Canadian? Can you name me 5 Canadian actors?
Sure can.
All right.
Let's see here.
So we'll give you Brendan Fraser.
You can throw that one out. I think I got this.
All right.
So Ryan Reynolds, T-City.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
or Van City. Sorry. Yeah, shit. Martin Short.
yeah.
Who else? Hold on, don't help me here. Let's see here. Fuck, I'm running out of shit here. Man, I'm usually better at this.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
All right, give me back Brendan Fraser.
What?
I said, give me back Brendan Fraser. There's three now.
Brendan Fraser. Okay, there you go. 3. All
Ah,
right.
fuck, Canadian actors. Uh, Jesus Christ. They're sneaky. They're like John Candy.
Oh, there we go. Okay, all right, there you go. I love how you're just sticking with the 80s there, though. It's like quite a bit of 80s.
Have you guys had comedians after that? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Dan Aykroyd.
There you go. There you go. 5. Yay!
I think they were all in the same movie too.
Yeah. So you missed. Yeah, they were in the Great Outdoors. Yeah.
Well, not
The
Ryan
Blues
Reynolds,
Brothers.
but, yeah.
They were in the Blues Brothers. They were in a few. Yeah.
Was
So you missed my boy from Brampton there. You know who I'm talking about.
I fucking no idea what you're talking about. I know the Brampton Battalion. That's about it.
The Brampton Battalion. Well, they're not even that anymore. I think it's Niagara Falls Battalion or something crazy like that.
Gross.
It is gross. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so name me some of your stars.
All right, so you got Jim Carrey. You know,
Jim Carrey, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. You got what's his face there? He just got assaulted. He just got assaulted.
Yeah, Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. You got Lauren Green. Now we're going way back there, Lauren Green.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
someone in the past century or two.
You know Lauren Green, though, right? You know Lauren Green.
You sound like a fucking Canadians fan, like with this history lesson.
William Shatner.
Yeah, Billy Shatner.
Yeah. Russell Peters. You know.
Come on. He's a stand-up. He's not really an actor.
He's been in stuff. He was in The Indian Detective.
Yeah, I know. That was one movie though that he made.
No, that was a TV show. It was a full TV show. It was a full
what was the movie? Oh, was that the show? I thought that was a movie where he was the cop.
Yeah, he was the cop, but it was a whole TV show. Yeah, The
Whatever.
Indian Detective. Yeah.
Still doesn't count because he probably produced it. Was it made in Hollywood? Because that's
probably
that's a star for me. But, yeah. What else you got?
What are you talking about? Bollywood puts out more movies than Hollywood, so
yeah, maybe. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's Canadian, isn't he?
Well,
he's got Canadian blood.
He has Canadian blood. Yeah, he has Canadian blood. Well, then if we want to go down that route, then you got Bret the Hitman Hart from The Simpsons there, you know, for showing up there.
I could name you more Australian actors than I could Canadian actors.
Oh, come on now. That's just ridiculous what you're saying. Oh, Eugene Levy. Forgot about Eugene Levy. Jeepers. As a matter of fact, you could just go right down all of SCTV and you can get all of these. Catherine O'Hara. You can get all these, you know. It's like, geez.
Yeah,
SCTV.
The SNL loves the Canadians there.
They do. No, Dave Foley.
Dave Foley, Kids in the Hall, yeah. Well, I felt like that was cheating, though. If I just took a Canadian show and started naming characters from a Canadian show, because I could go like Jared Keeso and all that other shit, that would be fair. You know?
Oh, what about your Even Stevens there, buddy that got in trouble there for a little bit there?
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought he was just a wacky American, but he was a normal Canadian.
He was a normal. So, like, okay, so when you guys think of Canadians, because like when you met me, do you think, oh, that's a Canadian right there?
To be fair, I thought initially, I was like, I didn't know there's a lot of French in Pakistan, so that's weird. But then I heard you talk, and then it all made sense.
French and
You look like a big Pakistani dude that they overfed, and your last name's Vaillancourt. I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? What a hodgepodge of cultures all in one person.
I wasn't expecting that. Oh, Sean Majumder. I forgot about him too. Yeah,
Who the fuck is that?
he was a poofy.
All right. First of all, that's a derogatory term down here, my friend.
What, poofy?
Yeah.
He's part Pakistani, part Nufi. What in the world?
In the UK and the United States, it means something completely different. A poof. It's something completely different. But all right.
Well, that's you and your deranged mind there, Reed. I don't know though. Yeah.
It's all we export a lot of cultures, so it's the whole world now.
Well, what was it? One of my buddies was talking about the Dream Team and saying that if you noticed since 1992, Europeans in basketball have gotten really talented.
Makes sense. They got the fucking internet, and it's all downhill from there. But yeah, that's one of
I
those
don't
things
know about
where
the
it's like,
internet. I was just saying the whole Dream Team was over there.
yeah, they banged a lot of dudes,
Dudes.
and some gals, I bet, and seed carried on. But no, I mean, like honestly, like I think it's the internet that changed all that for you. Like even fighters out of Europe have gotten way better than they have than they were, a decade ago.
It's true. It's
boxing, wrestling's always been good over that way. But kickboxing's always been pretty good. But American MMA, like we kind of defined the sport here. And American, I mean, Canada and the United States, because there's a lot of great
even
Canadian fighters,
us. I mean, like if you think about it, you guys had all the gyms down there.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when George St. Pierre was on his big run, George St. Pierre had to hire people from different gyms in order to really get his thing until he opened TriStar. Well, he was one of the guys that opened TriStar anyways there, but he literally had to get people.
Happy.
Yeah. But he had to get different people. Like he wrestled with the Canadian Olympic team. He got himself a boxing coach where you guys just like, you know what I mean? Like the Black Zillions, the American top team. It's like,
American Kickboxing Academy, Crazy Bob Cooks. We'll fit there. We have it all going on down here.
But now you're seeing more and more in Canada, absolutely. But
America had it going on. There's Adesanya's from New Zealand, and he trains in New Zealand.
Yeah, I was not even thinking that. Like you think about Australians and New Zealanders that are coming up and just like rocking it, right? So it's like, wow.
Yeah, I thought New Zealand was all just sheep and hobbits. It doesn't make any sense to me. And here they are producing Volkanovski, who's a bit of a hobbit himself, but they got Adesanya. Well, I guess it'd be like more of an orc, I guess.
Adesanya, an orc? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Scary son of a bitch.
Well, listen, man, I got to cut this one short because I got to go pee. But listen, it was great chatting with you. And we're going to come back on Monday, talk about a little
Get your
Monday
prostate checked.
I know. Well, I'm almost 50. So.
Almost? Come on, who are you kidding? Come on. They lost your records when you came over from Pakistan.
Oh, my gosh. You're killing me. I'll talk to you.